the Soum province in Burkina Faso. According to information, there is a lot going on when it comes to the military front in northern Burkina Faso. We have everything is around the Soum province, actually. So, based on the information we are receiving right now, which is breaking, over 100 terrorists have been neutralized in northern Burkina Faso. The first 10 minutes of the first 10 seconds of the video, you can actually hear names like the FORSATEC Oroya. So it's a very, very beautiful operation, and you already know what time it is. Like, is the FORSATEC involved? So 100 have been neutralized in this particular operation. The video is out there. According to the first information, they said the first operation happened between Tongomayel and Belherde in the Soum province. They said congratulations to the troops. So fine. So I want to show you all something. If you can see, look at this video, right? Look at this video. This guy has already been hit. He has already been hit, right? The second guy is being dragged on the floor. Look at this guy. He's being dragged. So they are assisting this guy on this side. This guy on this side is being assisted, but he can no longer walk again. So he crashed. Look at him. He crashed. So, like, now what happened in this particular operation was funny, because we've been saying it several times on this platform that before terrorists go out, they make propaganda videos. According to this information, even the cameraman lost his life. The terrorist cameraman did not make it out alive. So according to the information, they said before attacking our combat forces in Soum province. So this channel now is a Burkina Faso channel. Okay? They said before attacking our combat forces in Soum. Now what this channel gives is only military. They don't talk about economy. They don't talk about anything. Only information directly from the front line. I can tell you that the time frame from impact to the internet for these people, I don't think is up to 3 hours. I don't think it's up to 3 hours. That's how fast they are. So for me, I don't know. I don't know if they have how they used to do it, but at least for a very long time now, that's what they do. So they said before attacking our combat forces in Soum, the enemy made these propaganda videos that he was going to publish in the end of the operation. This time it didn't work out. The cameraman was neutralized and his phone was recovered. You will easily understand why the enemy communicators did not publish the enemy propaganda videos. So now, look at the enemies in the video. Look at them, right? They are so much. So they made this video so that you can see that they are talking about propaganda, right? The reason why they made this video is that so that after the operation, they can come out and be like, yeah, this was how the operation started. This was what happened at the end of it and all of that. So they didn't make it out alive. You know, I think this is the third time I'm seeing a cameraman being shot. You know, like 2 other times, the cameraman was shot directly during contact with the Burkinabè Armed Forces. But this guy now, I think this information is coming directly from the troops on the ground that he was shot and his phone was recovered. So it's look, and the name, you see, I don't really, when I heard the name that was involved, I know the number was going to be deadly. When you hear FORSATEC in Burkina Faso, is a very, very dangerous team that can be like, once they deploy FORSATEC, they're about to take whatever is in that territory that is human, they're about to take it. Once it's FORSATEC, I know that according to information, some rapid intervention brigade were involved. Now, when you say rapid intervention brigade in Burkina Faso, you are talking about a very, very deadly unit. That is the main Burkinabè fighting force itself, like they are the special forces. So when you now say FORSATEC, FORSATEC is like They picked the cream of the crop in every special forces unit. They put them together, and these guys are elite when it comes to asymmetric warfare. They now took they now took the former, who is now a commander, the former Captain Watao from BIR 7, who, based on his history, has never lost a single war on the line of contact, right? He has never ever lost a single one, according to his record. And they were promoting him from unit to unit to unit. His last unit was the BIR 7. That they took him from the BIR 7 and put him in FORSATEC as the commander of FORSATEC. And ever since then, this was the same unit that chased the terrorists into Ivory Coast. Thank you so much for the donation. These were the same unit that chased the terrorists that ran into Ivory Coast without looking back. Some of them were with guns. They did not even look back until they entered Ivory Coast and they started looking back. You know, that type of stuff when you meet somebody that can really, really beat you up outside and you start running to the point that your legs start entering invisible gallop, and when you get home, you are now looking back like, what's up? And it's not as if you will do anything. You are just so happy to be home and you feel like, man, this guy was about to kill me and stuff like that. So I think that was the pressure, the excitement, the emotion from the enemy. I mean, kudos to the Burkinabè Armed Forces right now. So I have downloaded the video. I have converted the entire video. So what I will do is I will post it on Telegram. But for the people that cannot get to our Telegram channel, what I will do is that I will blur out the image of the bodies, because I mean there are multiple bodies here. So I am going to blur out the image, but I definitely will not blur out the guys that are being dragged on the floor. Like after they got shot, I will not blur their image. So I will just let it be. So according to Lieutenant Colonel Abdul Wadrogo, right? He said more than 100 armed terrorists have been neutralized. The immortal fighters are congratulated for the work done at the front. Today, Burkina Faso Army has large units that are able to carry out operations with remarkable intensity. The men demonstrated unwavering determination. They have a great victory that is growing every day. Our men have a very high patriotic motivation and a sense of duty that is only increasing, said Lieutenant Colonel Abdul Wadrogo. So, man, this is very, very fantastic. I know for some time right now, even till yesterday, like I said Burkina Faso has started a new offensive. Now, the thing about Burkina Faso was, I think over time, I think Burkina Faso used to have a certain plan, right? Probably maybe 4% of their territory, sometimes maybe 2%, depending on the level of the enemy and how prepared the enemy is, and whatever fortification that have been supplied to them to maintain their defensive position. But once the rapid intervention, the offensive unit that have been sent, because Burkina Faso have different type of units. There is a particular unit that they call, Captain Ibrahim Traore used to call that unit offensive. Once they send that unit is not about, and these people are being deployed potentially, temporarily. They are not being deployed to stay there. They bombard the whole place, they get it done, and thousands of troops are being sent there to hold the line, and they will be redeployed to other place. But this time around, probably it was getting tough. You can see the number of terrorists that were deleted, 100. So you will know that the number that came for that operation was not 100. They were more than 100. You can see that in Titao, the last time, they were over 1,000. Over 1,000. Only God knows where they get these people from. Over 1,000. 1,000. Now, this particular one now, they were probably more than 100. But I don't think they are up to 200. Now, to have been able to drop 100. See, hey, families, to drop 100 is not small on the line of contact. Like, you are not fighting people. It's not like a drive-by. It's not like a situation where you are catching them. Like, the guys know you are coming. That is the funny thing. Sometimes these terrorists know you are coming. Whatever position you want to take, they already see. You are trained, they are trained. A soldier was asked, what's the difference between you and the terrorists after all your years of experience? He said, the only thing is that we are soldier, we are trained. He said, these guys are equally trained. And based on what we've noticed on the line of contact, he said, sometimes you see them with better rifles. These are Nigerian soldiers that I'm talking about. They now told him that, is there anything you think as a soldier that you are that makes you better than them based on physical engagement? He said no. He said nothing. That whatever you think you know as a soldier, these guys know it. Why? Because they are being trained by special forces. These guys are being trained by special forces. For those that watched the video I dropped here yesterday, you can see that that guy said, I talked about it now. Al-Qaeda came out at some point. They said they are ready to back Israel up. We've said this thing severally. We even posted material evidences of people that came out to say America created Al-Qaeda. You know, ISIS was their creation. And when they get injured, they treat them in Israel. We've said this thing multiple times. We posted the video. You can see that that guy said it, right? Because I was shocked during this Iran-Israel conflict. Al-Qaeda came out and their members were there, and they announced that now it's time for them to wage jihad against Iran, that they are going to back Israel. Like, where is that one coming from? You guys are supposed to be some terrorist jihadist organization. Where is this support for Israel coming from? So a lot of people must know that this war is deep, and it worries me. Apart from this mission that has happened in Burkina Faso, which I'm going to post on the Telegram channel, and I'm going to make a video about it during the day. It worries me that there is American base in Ghana. To be honest with you now, I am worried. I wasn't worried before. I just felt like, oh, you know, there is America base in Ghana and there is another America base in Nigeria. Have you all seen the Chinese analysis of the whole essence of the American deployment in the Middle East? So for many years, according to the Chinese calculation, everything was planned for this moment, this particular moment. The Bahrain base, most of their launchers were facing Iran directly. All the bases that was you know, placed around Iran, those countries that you are seeing, those bases are not to protect the citizens of those countries. No. They created those bases for the fall of Iran in this moment. And it was gradual. It was gradual. It was systematic. It was happening over time. The way, I mean, the Chinese zeroed down on everything with their satellite, and they were able to pick out all these things. I was like, wow. And I think it's the Chinese that is responsible for the targeting. That's why China has all this information. That's what I think. I might be wrong, but I think the Chinese is responsible for the targeting. And if you've seen right now, Iran is eating with a very, very dangerous level of precision. But I think they are playing it fair. But it has gotten to a point where you don't play it fair anymore. You throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at the enemy. That's what I think. But they are playing it fair. And I don't even think they are smart like that. Because why are the power grids still working? But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. So that is the information coming from the front line in Burkina Faso right now. Over 100 terrorists have been neutralized. Now, the other information we have coming out is that, you see, Nigeria, right, is a very funny country. And the reason why Nigeria is a very funny country is that it is whatever is not Nigeria's business is what they put their mouth into. Now, let me explain the situation of Nigeria right now that is developing. According to information, Nigeria waves protest in support of Iran. This is not some minor protest. So this is a major protest. Major protest. Following the reported death of Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei, demonstration in solidarity with Iran erupted in 6 Nigerian states. 6 states. Do you know how big a state is in Nigeria? Do you know how many people you have there? Now, these states are Bauchi, Sokoto, Kano, Niger State, Yobe State, and Gombe State. I've heard that the Ghana law to stop the United States, let me read this comment, to stop the United States military from coming to Ghana. A lot of people are telling us not to believe that the US military, in the only thing is that there is nothing Ghana can do again. You see, when I'm beginning to get the picture clearer now. Okay, the clear picture is, once they want to do this, pardon me, nonsense, they do it in a way that you cannot, you as the host country, you have zero rights. In fact, if your citizen come close to that place, they're going to take them out. So that is like an American land inside Ghana. Do you know what it means? That there's a place in Ghana that doesn't exist under the sovereign rules and laws of Ghana. The sovereign constitution of Ghana does not cover that land that those American troops are. That's the level, that's the extent of the deal that was signed. And probably, I think maybe it's the MPP or whatsoever party, I think those guys wanted Burkina Faso to fall. That is it. I think that was why they signed that deal. They wanted Burkina Faso to fall. I heard that the previous Ghanaian regime was almost going head to head with Burkina Faso. And the future does not look very, very interesting. If that is the plan, that looks like the plan. That looks exactly like the plan. Now, how long they are going to keep Ghana is no longer sovereign. Let's take that out of the way. You see all this kabuki theater thing that they are doing and this one and that. No. It's not a sovereign state anymore. They don't have any right to argue or talk about sovereignty. So, recently, Mahama lied about the number of jobs that he has created in a year. Like, are we looking at a fake human being here? I was shocked seeing Mahama, the president of Ghana, lying about the number of job opportunity that he has created within a year. It was around 690. I think 690,000. He lied that it was over 1 million. Yes, the previous Ghanaian government want Burkina Faso to fall. And I think there was a time when the Russians came in. I think that was where the umbu pie, was being served to Ghana. And the funny thing is, look, it's simple. If it starts, the bases have the air defense. They have the air defense system, right? The Russian bases in Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, they equally have air defense capability. The funny thing is that some of these missiles are going to lose their direction and they are going to fall on citizens. Can't you see what is going on in the Middle East? right? For those fools inside Ghana that are hosting enemy states. Because to be honest, you cannot argue. Look at the is it Qatari or the UAE ambassador? He said they don't even think about them. That what they thought was that the entire American build-up in the area was about the protection of, their civilians, or, probably their political bigwigs. He said at the end of the day, they realized that this is not about them. It's to protect the base so that they can use it as a launch pad against whatever interest they have. So, if you look at the way they cycled Iran from every angle. I think they have military base even inside Iran. But now that military base inside Iraq is under serious attack now. Probably if they've not even crushed the base entirely. Right now, the information, but I just got so tired of dropping the updates. It's too much right there. It's too much bombardment right now. So, I think Ghana is a conspirator. Nigeria is now, you see, they saw a loophole and they did what they had to do. Now, I think Burkina Faso have resisted so much. And let me tell you what is going on. They probably are looking at Burkina Faso. Now, if you look at this American regime, it's so dangerous, it's so devilish, it's so fake. The lies, the level of lies that come out of this regime is God. They will lure you with a negotiation. See, and for those that say you can't negotiate with this and that, you can't do this, you can do that. Look, you can't stay clear from a devil completely. You can't. Even with all the capabilities of Iran. Now, where Burkina Faso is different. Now, you can see that diplomacy and international law does not address these people that we're talking about. It doesn't. Don't you ever think about it. And look at the dead empire in Europe. Look at what they are saying. Everywhere their masters go, they follow. Who tells you could they follow? You can see the way Starmer is talking. That is the worst president UK ever produced. Keir Starmer is the worst. I don't think there is anybody coming close to that guy. Emmanuel Macron too is posturing. Your bases are being blown up. What are you going to do about it? I was telling someone today, the person said, international communities. I said, this has gone beyond anything international. What is anyone going to do about it? Europe is just grandstanding and doing all these things. What is Europe going to do about it? If this is Europe getting slapped back and front, I'm telling you, everywhere would have been turned upside down, because where is their deterrence? Like, what would Europe use against those ballistic missiles that are coming in? So, I mean, there is no sovereignty without a very, very strong military. And I'm not just talking about you. Now, I'm looking at something now. Look, this situation is... I'm beginning to see some new realities, okay? If you look at the situation and what is being said right now, God forbid, if Iran falls, the next target is Turkey. They are saying it already. So, and for anybody that knows any good thing about the Abrahamic Accord, right? The plan is to take the entire Middle East. Right? And it's really representative. I've said it, that they can take everything if they can. They are already bombarding southern Lebanon. And I promise you, the plan is to take Lebanon too. So I'm beginning to sit back. Today, I looked at the picture. Turkey is NATO, it won't work. When America wanted to take Greenland, did the NATO the whole NATO thing, did it work? People are only going to do some kabuki theater for you to think that there is something going on. There's nothing anybody will do. These people, what they see as international law is that they slap you, and when you respond, it's like, how dare you respond? You are disobeying international law. International law was not made for them, it was made for you. International law was not made for some certain people. You think international law was a creation of the West? You can see it clearly now. Don't you tell me anything. International law was made for certain people that think that genetically they are better than everyone else. Have you not seen it? Slapping Iran, Iran slap back. And the next thing you are hearing from the UK Prime Minister is that this attack from Iran, the worst Prime Minister ever. I don't think there is any president on the planet. Probably, I think the whole thing is between Zelensky and Keir Starmer. We don't know who is worse. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. So for me, when I look at the build-up around the alliance of Sahel states, there is no denying the fact that on the long term, I don't know how long, because now they see Burkina Faso, not just Traore, they see Burkina Faso as a revolutionary heartbeat in Africa. They see it because now they see that it is not just the leader that is resisting. It is not just the leader, right, that is resisting. If it's the leader, they will easily try to create some opposition to fight against the leader. And that is what you have. And to the Iranians that were protesting, where are your homes now? Left to these people, they will level everything. So for those people somewhere that always sit down to destroy their country, if you want to be West, why not travel to the West? Why not? Look at Iran right now. Carpet bombing everywhere. Okay, I will do. Ben Norton. I think I subscribe to his channel. I know Ben Norton. Right? So for those people that will stand up and be like, America, come. You know, the most painful thing about Nigeria was that a lot of Nigerians were saying, America should come. Donald Trump has said he's coming, guns are blazing. Now the terrorists will know. What has happened? The attack from the enemy has doubled, even tripled. And we continue to tell these people that these people were the one funding. Have you heard Boko Haram from them in all this thing? You are hearing ISWAP, as if there are no other terrorist organization in Nigeria. Like I said, the mother always knows who the child is. See, no matter what happens in this life, it is your mother that knows that, okay, this is the son, this is your rightful father. It's not the man. It's not the place of the man to say that this is my child. No, it is the origin. Forget your apart from DNA, it's only the mother that can say this is my child. America knows what is what inside Nigeria. So for those people that continue to say, oh, US, come and save us. Now you can see they've not done anything since they entered Nigeria. Anything. A major was almost finished some days ago. A major. Another general was attacked. Major general was attacked last week. Now the attack has changed dimension. The terrorists, now tell me, how did the terrorists know that a general was going to be, that they laid an ambush and they were ready to go band for band with the major general's convoy? That means that they are now getting precise information. and go and ask about the engagement that happened during that ambush. High-level engagement. One of the Nigerian soldiers says the way the terrorists are now behaving now. He said they are no longer behaving like common terrorists. He said they are now behaving like special forces. Did you hear that? He said they are now behaving like special forces. In their local language, they are giving orders, right? They're now giving they're now giving orders like special forces, and they are taking position. They said the battle for that, and you know, the squads that will be following a major general, those guys too will be very, very dangerous. So probably that was why they were able to escape, and they did not escape without losing men. According to the information, they said a lot of good men lost their lives in that battle. Now you have them. But my fear right now is when you look at the location that they picked inside Nigeria, 2 different locations, when you look at the position of those locations, and I can guarantee at some point they will be in Sudan. And I can equally tell you, with the way Chad is moving, at some point they might want to have a military base in Chad. It's either they have a military base in Chad, or it's either they have a military base in Chad or France have a military base in Chad. One of the two will happen very soon. So, and if you look, they have a base in Morocco. Now, I don't know if they have any presence along the western border of the AES. They might easily, I think they will get into Mauritania. I think very, very easily. And, you know, they are present in Côte d'Ivoire. Probably they will easily get into Benin Republic. And I think maybe the Prospera Africa, whatever, will let them have a base. So this whole thing looks like a complete encirclement for whatever time. Like I said, it's not about the president of Burkina Faso. To me, it doesn't look like a plan for... I think it's about a plan of these people are revolutionary. Now we will wait for when they will grow enough cojones. Like, see, these people don't plan for next week. These people can see a rising power before the power start rising. That is what I believe. Look at how long they've been fighting Iran, right? They've seen that in the Middle East, everybody are puppets. They know for a very long time. They know. Saddam Hussein, they actually tried. Saddam Hussein was a puppet. That's the bad aspect of him. He was a puppet before he tried to do something. But if you look at Iran, Iran has always been very, very strong, right? And they knew. Look at how they started building that encirclement, multi-layered encirclement for a very, very long time. I said I was shocked when I noticed that all the bases, all the forward bases around Iran, they had their, capabilities pointing directly at Iran. So if you look at the Bahrain has suffered the most. Bahrain continue to get hit. It's because this targeting is being done by China. China already knows what is what, and I think the Beidou system, they have a military grade of the Beidou system, and I think that is why the Iranian target right now is hitting with the accuracy is less than 100 meter. The accuracy of the Iranian missile is less than 100 meter. That is even if it's less than 10, because it's so accurate. It's so accurate. So I don't know how long this will continue. So anybody that talks about sovereignty, so that is what you call sovereignty. Do you have that will? If a huge threat comes tomorrow, do you have that will? Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Will you start? Iranians are still protesting even now. So when you say a people that is revolutionary, do everybody just keep jumping on everybody keep jumping on that bandwagon, sovereignty? Have you been tested? Let me tell you something. The only country, I think there are thereabouts, from the citizen perspective, there are two countries. I will say two. There are some that have shown it, but there are two countries that have shown this ridiculous level of sovereignty in terms of their mindset. That is Zimbabwe and Burkina Faso. Now, to me personally, I will say that Zimbabwe is not really like that to an extent. When it comes, because there are oppositions inside Zimbabwe that hate the government and the steps they are taking like crazy. Zimbabwe is at least one of the legitimate sovereign country in Africa. But you see, when you talk about Burkina Faso, this country is a whole different entity. See, that is why I'm telling you, they've seen that in the future, these people, they will likely be a threat. And that is why plans are being made right now. Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a puppet of the West now. that one is Ethiopia. Ethiopia wasn't colonized. See, let me tell you something. Some people, according to history, were not being colonized. But right now, in a soft way, they've been colonized. So whatever you see, I'm telling you, if Ethiopia is still standing on that business, that old business, they've somehow, in a soft way, see, what they do is they interfere in your political arrangements. They do things to make sure you are compromised. Now, what do I think? I think the way they compromise people is like parasite hosts colonized in 1974. Thank you so much. It's like parasite hosts. The parasite will not let the hosts die. Now, it comes with it comes with the criminal nature of the people that comes to power too. It's not supposed to be so bad. But these African leaders, some of them are just criminals, pure criminals. You can actually get in there, do like whatever you get, do the best for your people and get out. Right? But some of those people, now these ones that are now on ground, you know, there's something Yoruba used to call Oju Orolari Omo, Ole Omo, Oju Orolari. See, these leaders that they are putting in position in Africa, right? I don't think they've ever seen wealth before, and they value wealth too much. They value wealth too much. Too much. Go and ask from Kameni, where's the wealth? Ask from the people in the UAE. At least they have all the money. They have the Palm Island. They have this. They have that. What is going on right now? You can see buildings getting crashed. Like, when you look at life itself, right? What some people will call wealth is not really wealth. Unfortunately, it's not wealth. Anybody can go down at any time and it's all she wrote. So all those money that they've saved somewhere, who knows what is going to happen to them next? If there was something like the devil is among us. The devil are men. They are not. See, the devil is not something somewhere. No. Anybody that understands geopolitics on the international level now, at least you can point one or two people that are representative of the devil right now. Thank you very much. You can point that these people and this group of people, they are the descendant of that devil that was being talked about. And it's so unfortunate that there are Nigerians that will say, I want Israel to win. Eh? So now, according to information, they said there are protests in 6 Nigerian states where funeral processions, imagine funeral processions and prayers were held, accompanied by calls for revenge. Nigerians are calling for, they are calling for revenge. Thank you, Oswald Nigerians. They are calling for revenge. Revenge of your grandfather or your father. Can you imagine? See, that's why I said Nigeria is a divided state between 2 empires. I'm telling you. Now, they say reacting to the incident, the Muslim rights concern, that's Murik, right? Describe it as extremely outrageous, unlawful aggression and an assault on international law and order. By attacking Iran while peaceful negotiations were going on, the US and Israel have sent a strong negative and most dangerous signal to the world that this is the age of criminal aggression. The era of might is right, said Professor Ishak Akintola, Executive Director of Murik, in an official press release. The Islamic movement of Nigeria represents approximately 5 million followers over a population of 212 million, the majority of whom are Sunnis. See, I will not lie to you. You see, this demography of Nigeria, nobody even knows what. Okay, they said over a population. No. You cannot tell the actual population of Nigeria. So I think Sputnik Africa is making a mistake right there. As a Nigerian, I am telling Sputnik to go and change that number they have on their this thing. See, let the terrorists be killing 1,000 per day. You cannot. That demography has not gone down. That demography has not gone down. Yeah. Like a lot of people don't know Nigeria. Like they don't understand this country. Probably it's in the rich environment, very wealthy environment where you have people giving birth to probably maybe 2 or 3. Like if you go to the north, a single person might have up to 20 something. It's nothing for them. It's not shaking them at all. Northern Nigeria, I fear, like, who no fear Northern Nigeria never ready. Northern Nigeria is dangerously dangerous. So now Nigeria is about to receive another vaccine. Nigerians are about to receive another vaccine. And this vaccine is being sponsored by the Gates organization, the Gates NGO. So they are telling Nigeria now that this vaccine is free. See, Nigerians are on the rope. A knockdown. See, they've taken too many knockdown. A knockout is what I am waiting for. Now they're about to and I'm telling you, some people have collected money. Right? Okay, let me read it. Nigeria to receive lenacapavir HIV prevention drug with almost 100% effectiveness in clinical trials. There is a reason why they are hyping it up like this. So they said the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, has secured regulatory approval from the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control. A local news outlet reported, citing a NACA statement. This part of the government's commitment to strengthen HIV prevention and accelerate its progress towards epidemic and control. Now, first of all, I will say this thing, right? There is nothing like prevention. Look, this whole prevention thing. If you look at the way they built the whole thing around HIV, right? it was carefully built to spread. Honestly, this is one fact I should not be saying, but I'm saying it. The way the laws, everything around the state, it was built to be spread so as to create more dependence. You cannot completely isolate the US. Like I said, how? How are you going to get the HIV drugs? Who else is producing those drugs? Who else? So, so now they can't just give you something that is going to protect you for a long time. The Bill Gates agenda is coming to stay already. The Bill Gates agenda is coming to stay. Thank you. Nothing is free in this world. A drug that you can take, if I say you will take twice in a year and HIV would not proliferate, there will be, come on now. Come on now. So you see, that Gates agenda to sterilize a lot of Africans, the plan is here. And I know, see, let me just make a prediction. Kenya, I'm saying it on behalf of Ruto, it will be accepted in Kenya. It will be accepted in Kenya. And I can guarantee, if Nigeria can accept it, Ghana will almost probably accept it too. Then DRC, those ones, even if they agree or they don't agree, they are going to give in DRC, they are going to give those ones, they are going to give them. They are not even going to those ones, they are not going to seek their opinion. They are going to, either you like it or not, you must take this vaccine. That is what is going to happen in those regions. Probably it will be rejected in Zimbabwe, I don't know, but it's very, very hard. So the whole thing is being sponsored by the Gates NGO. So you know what time it is when when Bill Gates is staring right in front of you. So they said it will be administered just twice a year. Twice a year. By injection. Lenacapavir offers a more convenient alternative to daily oral HIV prevention medication, the news outlet noted. The vaccines are reportedly expected in the country in March 2026. Everybody is cooked. See, if this was cookery, let's call it cookery, right? It's done. Yeah, I kind of think Africans are strong though. If you look at the whole COVID thing, right? I kind of believe that Africans are really, really strong. If you look at COVID, but you know, they've been extracting genetic materials from Africans for quite a while. So I don't know. You know, it's about engineering, it's about biotechnology, it's about a lot of things. So now we have another information coming out of the south. They said Somali army and Ugandan troops from Soum start operation from AUSSOM start Operation Rolling Thunder against Al-Shabaab. The aim of the operation is to disrupt Al-Shabaab's key position and to cut Al-Qaeda's link group from the route used for terror attacks. And the Defense Ministry of Somalia said some other objectives of the operation Rolling Thunder: weakening of Al-Shabaab operational capability, preventing possible terror attack by remaining fighters, saving civilians as well as agriculture and production industry. The ultimate goal of the operation is to eliminate militant group as a threat to peace and state building, the ministry added. So what I think is, I think Uganda is one of the strongest nations in Africa when it comes to the military. I think for that one, I'm going to give it to, what's his name? Yoweri Museveni. He has been able to build this very strong military in his country. How he's able to do it to the point where Uganda goes to other countries for peacekeeping. They go there for counter-terrorism. I mean, I'm going to give that to Yoweri Museveni. Militarily, Uganda is one of the realest ones in Africa. I mean, one of the realest. So in Africa, Uganda should be one of the strongest. I'm talking about like based on facts. They should be one of the strongest in Africa. So now another information, Uganda Central Bank to launch domestic gold purchasing program. The decision has been made amid a surprise sharp rise in gold price because gold price have now climbed again. You see, the unfortunate part of this thing is the more the Americans continue to wage this war, you see, whatever they are trying to prevent, right? We end up we end up come up to fruition because people will only see more reason why they should not do business with the Americans. Isn't Yoweri Museveni a bad leader? I don't think so. I don't think so. It depends on how you are going to see it. You know, it depends on what the Western propaganda is saying. It depends on what you see. Unfortunately, thank God for the internet era, right? Thank God for the social media era. Do you know how bad it would have been if what we still rely on is just the mainstream media? It would have been hopeless. The reason why I think Yoweri Museveni is not bad, like they call him, and do you know that you can be doing very well for your people, but just because your people are pro-West, right, and they are brainwashed, they can hate you. Oh, welcome to the house. Welcome to the house. Your people can hate you just because they love the West. In Nigeria, there are people that said when the American come, that the Americans should come and put their military base in their region. There are people that said it. So I think there are always this group of people in every country that are always going to be against anything called unity. So for me, I think majority of the citizens of Uganda, they've been brainwashed by the West. And that thing is down to colonization. I think Uganda was colonized by the British or something, right? So if you now look at Bobby Wine, I think Bobby Wine is a Western asset. Personally, that's what I think. Car Bobby is a Western asset. If you look at the level of support that have been given to him by the West, it's just too much. Why do I think they have problem with you've heard local Uganda that poverty is so bad, prostitution is high, food is expensive, and hasn't done anything good for the country? Well, that is what a lot of people will tell you. That is what see. You hear things based on what people want you to, hear. There are people that are suffering so much in Nigeria. They are suffering the level of poverty is extreme. I have seen them. There are people that are begging in Nigeria, but when you look at everything clearly, these are strong, able people that don't have any type of disease. The hands, legs, they just sit down somewhere and they believe that something miraculously will happen. I've been through the worst situation in life, so I can tell you that I can relate clearly with anything. So when I'm going, I like to see someone that is trying. You are trying, but life is hard. That's when I can say, man, let's intervene for this individual. But you are not trying. There are people that sit on the floor. In Nigeria here, they sit on the floor. What they are waiting for is who will come and give them money. That's just all they are waiting for. Okay? who will come and put money in their pockets. So when a lot of people are talking about, yeah, we just heard that a chef wanted to poison Tinubu. That's true. That's true. So when a lot of people come to Nigeria and you see those type of people, they are going to tell you that there's poverty. But have they even tried to work? So this narrative exists everywhere. Everywhere. But I can tell you in the same Uganda, there are people that are doing legitimate work and they are doing fine. So I think it's everywhere. But a lot of people want to call. See, when the West wants you to hate a certain individual, right? It's going to happen in such a way that you might think if you are not careful, you will think you are doing something great in life by hating on that individual for no reason. When they wanted to get Goodluck Jonathan out of government in Nigeria, what happened? Bring back our girls. Everybody started blaming Goodluck Jonathan for every little thing that is going wrong in Nigeria. Where are we today? Where are we today? It's even much worse than Buhari regime. And everybody might think that Bobby Wine is going to do better. But I dare them to get Bobby Wine in power. And let's give Uganda another 4 years. And let's see the type of story we will start hearing. Help them to get rid of Yoweri Museveni. Then let's see Uganda in the next 4 years. I am talking from a place of what we have seen. No, it's not about Bobby Wine isn't any better. Bobby Wine is worse. Bobby Wine was the same person that said that Captain Ibrahim Traore, that he doesn't like what he is doing, that Captain Ibrahim Traore is not a constitutional leader, that he should go through the constitutional way, that let his people vote and let them know that he's their servant and all of that. Bruh, put it on Google and put it on YouTube search and search Bobby Wine criticizing Ibrahim Traore. You are going to see it. So Bobby Wine is not one of them. What I do think is Uganda needs someone better than the both. Okay? Should we continue to trust Ghana? For me, I don't trust Ghana anymore. I don't trust Ghana. I think the citizens you know thank you very much. Bobby Wine can never stand for can never ever stand for Uganda like that. A lot of people don't understand the place of security. They talk about a lot of people talk about there is poverty. What are we talking about? There's poverty everywhere. Do you know what people in Nigeria will be praying to God for now? People in Nigeria are not praying for they're not asking for too much. Everything that Nigerians are asking for right now is at least give us security. If there is a president that can guarantee that Nigerians will be safe right now, like you will be safe, don't worry, all around the entire nation, we won't mind what happens again. People just want to have safety. Now they have that safety in Uganda, right? They have that safety for nothing. You see, the problem is that a lot of people think about what is not. Yeah. A lot of people think about what is not. If not for the military strength of Uganda, do you think the terrorists would? Do you think there won't be? Nigeria is more worse than Buhari. Like a lot of people think that things just happen by mistake. These things are weaponized. I disagree with Nigeria is more worse than Buhari. Buhari never fight the terrorists, but Tinubu is fighting them. Now, let me tell you this. The terrorists were emboldened during Buhari regime, right? The terrorists were emboldened during Buhari's regime. And don't forget, Jonathan's regime was better than Buhari's regime. They became emboldened under Buhari. They went on a spree during Tinubu's regime. I don't know if you understand. We deal with counterterrorism here. So we have all the facts. The killing of Major General, attacking of Brigadier General, everything hit the roof under this Tinubu's regime. Now, this is not about politics. This is not, I don't care who rules. I don't care about Tinubu or whatsoever. What I'm saying, I don't even care about Peter Obi at the same time. So nobody should look at it from the political standpoint. What I'm saying is based on the result on the ground. Buhari's regime emboldened the terrorists, but the Tinubu's regime, they are having a spree. Have you not seen the video of the attack in the northeast, where a suicide bomber ran into the Nigerian units? Like, if we're even talking about this military, the soldiers are not even properly equipped. General Olusegun, right, the son of Obasanjo, that said the equipments are not good. What happened? Did we ever see him after that report? We did not see him again. Nigeria has lost a lot of good men because there are a lot of criminals everywhere. So, I mean, Nigeria is like this because Tinubu is saying no to the Northerners. No, we can't blame it on the Northerners. We can never ever. Are you aware that Tinubu is the petroleum minister? Are you aware? And are you aware that Tinubu is the owner of Alpha Beta? See, there are some things that I'm not supposed to say here. Tinubu, I know he's trying his best in some capacity, but Tinubu has nothing to offer Nigeria. He has never had. He will never have. I don't have hope in Nigeria anymore, right? Because I kind of think there is nothing anybody is going to do to stop Tinubu. Why? I think it is in the interest of the West that he emerges. It is in the interest of the West that he emerges as the next president. And probably, I am thinking, he has the backing of the West to continue even beyond 2031. I can guarantee that to anybody. The CIA came out openly to say that, to claim him as an asset. So there is nothing, forget about what is happening to the northern Nigeria now. You have people like Pantami, people like Kwankwaso. The big political figures in the north are getting arrested. They are getting politically emasculated. So what is going to happen? There is all this northern hegemony is gone. Tinubu will bury everything. He has the back. Look, what happened during the last election when they tried to manipulate finance? He said they should not worry. What did he spend? He spent dollars. The reason... See, look, a lot of people, there are so many dark parts to geopolitics. And like I said, I don't think there is something that anybody can do right now that can change the outcome of the next democratic election. As long as it's still a democracy, nobody from hell, and not even a coup d'etat will change it, because a coup d'etat cannot be successful in Nigeria. I'm just saying it based on what it is. See, there are too many, there is so much division in Nigeria that a single coup cannot succeed. Probably to succeed for a week, then there will be a counter coup. The MI6, the CIA, Mossad, everything is all over Nigeria. Who trains the Nigerian army? These are Israelis, Americans, British. They're the ones in Nigeria. Nigeria is an asset of the West. We are just living in it. That is why I plan to leave the country for those that own it before the end of the year. You know, as you are, my brother, you are a Nigerian, right? You are a Nigerian, so you have earned the right to talk about your country. I am not looking forward to being a Nigerian past this year, because I will not let my life be wasted for the next 4 years, because whatever I'm seeing politically right now, and Showore is not even better. Showore is the worst. Showore is the worst. Showore is equally another asset of the West. So Nigeria, the future does not look very clear politically. And the truth is that currently in Nigeria, a coup cannot work in Nigeria, like I said. A coup cannot work. Anybody, any military person will tell you it cannot work. Yeah, I'm leaving for another African country. And if possibly I'm applying for their citizenship. Another African country. I cannot bear the level of foolishness in this country anymore. Like, it's unbearable at this point. If you have people protesting for Iran in Nigeria and are declaring jihad inside Nigeria for Ayatollah Khamenei, right? Jihad on who? They'll probably attack the Christians in Nigeria. So if there are some Nigerians that are praying, right, that some Nigerians are praying that Israel should destroy Iran completely, because they feel like they are Westerns, right? They are Western by nature, by their faith. They are more closer to the Israelis, right? See, Nigeria is divided on so many levels to the point that I don't think there is any force on the planet that can unify this country anymore. Yeah. So, yeah, when they have a real puppet in place. And the thing is, when the Northerners were in power, Americans wanted to have a base in Nigeria. They did not allow them. You heard when Donald Trump said Buhari was a dead man. Those were the back and forth that was going on behind the scene at that time. But under Tinubu, they got their military base. Free and fair. They call it a drone refueling unit, a drone refueling base. But now it's a forward base. So it's a lot. It's a lot. I to be honest with you, I have never seen a country that is as divided as Nigeria, based on religion, based on ethnicity, based on social status. Like, there is so much division in Nigeria that the unification of this country is impossible. Anybody should get out of it. That conversation, get out of it. And this allows the foreign interest to come to fruition in the country. So whatever the foreign interest desires, they get in Nigeria, because the citizens don't even know where they are going, and they don't even know what is good for them. Religion really messed up Nigeria to the point where, like I said, this country, I don't see a recovery on sight. I don't see any type of recovery on sight. The level of stealing and embezzlement have gone beyond billion. It's now trillions. People were stealing billions before, yes, but now people are stealing trillion. If you ever hear billion, it's in dollars. People don't steal 200 million naira, $200 million. What do they want to do with it? People are stealing billions now. If it's billions, it's dollars. If it's trillion, it's naira. Man. So when you look at the future, it's not really bright like that for this country. So that was why I sat down and I analyzed the next 15, 20 years for Nigeria. And I made that decision in my mind that, man, I have to leave Nigeria for Nigerians. This is over 300 million people. that used to think that they are the smartest on the planet, right? So if you are the smartest on the planet, you can't get rid of terrorism. You are the smartest on the planet, you can't get rid of bad governance. You are the smartest on the planet. I posted a video some days ago where you all saw, they asked the boy that who are you voting for in the next election? He said he will vote for Tinubu. What is your reason? He said he's a Yoruba like me. So, like I've said many times, right? Nigeria has a lot of population and they have some of the most intelligent people in the world, right? I can't deny that Nigerians are smart. I'm a Nigerian, so I know what I'm talking about. But you have some of the most, right? The I don't know what language I will use, right? The opposite of the smartest, the complete opposite. You equally have them in Nigeria. And this thing is very obvious. Very, very obvious. And it is the level of arrogance to the foolishness. Like, you will see a group of people that voluntarily want to be foolish. You cannot correct them. You will tell them that this is this and this is the receipt. They will tell you no. They are like that. So these are not people that can be, no, you can't do it. So I think the only way Nigeria can probably get somewhere is if the terrorists, right, in Nigeria, those are the only, I can guarantee you, those are the only hope for Nigeria right now. Maybe if the atrocity of those jihadists, if it gets to a certain level and they look at it that, man, this is about to go crazy, maybe they will finally have some brain, because right now they don't even care. I saw the way they were celebrating in December. They were blowing shots everywhere. I was like, why are these people happy? And around that same time, a lot of people just died. Like, this country, the level of insecurity in this country is to the point where you people should be mourning. People died on that very day. People. But they were celebrating, they were blowing shots because it's the city life. So, like I said, there is no one person in Nigeria that is so important. In fact, you will have a situation where some people will celebrate if you are gone. Yes, it's over. They believe it's over 300 million, and that number is much. So you are just another number. They live in a bubble. Thank you. Anybody except a liar. Is only a liar that will come out and try to dance around this whole conversation. It's not even about Tinubu. It's not about him. Let me now be completely honest with you. It's not even about Tinubu. It's about the people. I met a boy day before yesterday and I told him, you are a criminal. He said, well, I said, the dollar is falling against Naira. And the last time I checked, the amount you sold these things, you complained that it was dollar that made you sell it at this price. But now the price is increasing. I was like, you're a very foolish individual. It was like, do you know, shut up. You people have no type of honor or honesty or anything. And when you see them outside, they want to prove that, look, when the people in this country, the only thing they value is frivolity and money. That's why you have a lot of stealing going on. And when you have people that steal at this level, is because they don't have no honor. And they are very quick to hit on the tribalism button. There is this guy that is the current Inspector General of Police in Nigeria called Tunji Disu. Immediately Tinubu selected him, the next thing people said was that it's tribalism. They said because he's a Yoruba. But ladies and gentlemen, permit me to say, I have witnessed this man in action before. Tunji Disu, as a DPO, is now the Inspector General for Police. I did not witness him in the office. I witnessed him going against criminal, contact for contact. It is now that people notice that he is a black belt in judo, is this, is that. He has gone for peacekeeping in several countries. This guy is a monster. If they really, really know who Tunji Dizu is a big monster. Like when it comes to competence, like when you merit a position, Tunji Dizu is a beast. That's the language. The former Inspector General for Police is nobody where Tunji Dizu is. I don't care where he's from, but I've seen this man murder criminal on the line of contact. In Ikare, I was there. So when they picked him, I was like, damn, how did they get this guy? He's a PhD holder. This guy, wherever you want to pick him from, is there. But what did they say? They said it's tribalism, that there is somebody else that they are supposed to pick someone else. So this is a country with so many incompetent people in positions that are supposed to be held by competent people. A country where you go to an hospital now, your bill is 3-point-something million naira. And you pay the bill. And probably you get to somewhere like, let's say, the laboratory. The people in the reception will tell you have to tip them off before they can attend to you. What type of country is that? So it's a shameful situation. So when people are saying, oh, Tinubu, it's because this is a country where people find it very easy to blame other people. And you can take it to wherever you want to take it to. You continue to fail as long as your safe haven is when you blame others. Because you don't even know your truth. Nigerians have not been able to understand what their truth is. And I said it the other time. I made this early warning call out that there was this man that was trying to create divide from the perspective of tribalism and from the perspective of religion. Asari Dokubo. He did it. And before you know, there was protest in the north. Igbo must go. There was protest in the south. Aboki must go. I called it because I don't operate from a place of division. I don't operate. I have Igbo friends. I have Hausa friends. I have Yoruba friends. I have Fulani friends. I have friends from Edo State. I have never looked at a Nigerian that, okay, this is this person from this tribe. I've never, ever. But you have some group of people that will look at you and tell you, why are you so black? You look like you are from this place. So these are people that cannot change. So if anything, the situation will only get from bad. It's bad already. It will go worse. I want you all to keep this timeline. I want you all to keep this moment. Save this moment. We are here together. May God keep you all. So I'm going to ask this question again. By this time next year, that has it gotten better? For any reason, there is insecurity, there is corruption, like whatever you can talk about on the planet exists in this country. There is drug trafficking. There are some secrets we can't bring out on the internet. So for the sake of respect, I'm just going to leave it at that. Because I have a lot of secrets. So, but it's not important. So for now, I want to say Aluta continua to those Burkinabè Armed Forces. They really did a great job today. And right now, the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to post the video. I'm going to push it out just like that. I probably will not make any attachment to it. I will just it has already been, the translation is complete. So I will just put a thumbnail and I will just post it. So the normal video that is going to come out around do you think if they divide Nigeria it will be any better? Now wait, I will answer that question. So by let's say between 7 a.m. Nigerian time to 10 a.m., the video will be on the platform. So you can hit the notification bell icon and you put it on all. Okay. So when you put it on all, you will be able to get all my updates. So once I drop the video, you will get it. It's just military direct. So, but I will have to edit it a little bit so that wherever they show bodies, I can just blow it out a little bit, but you will still know that there are bodies here. So, but the main action, I'm going to leave it. So, do I think if Nigeria is divided, it will get any better? If Nigeria is divided, right? If Nigeria does not need to be balkanized. If Nigeria is divided, let's say Nigeria is currently 20%. Now, the belief of a lot of people is that, let's say Nigeria is 20% now. The belief that if Nigeria is divided, it will go from 20 and it will go to 70. But no. Do you know why? The question is, how do you address the root problem, the root cause of corruption? How do you address it? Corruption is in every nook and cranny of Nigeria. You don't have honest people in it. You hardly, like, honest people in this country is like product of a dying breed. And you really don't have a large amount of people that can think for themselves. They probably think because a celebrity told them that this is where they should go, so that's where they will go. You don't really have people that can say this is what is right and they will stand their ground. Once money is involved, the question is, how many legitimate Nigerians can you point at? When money is involved, a lot of these Nigerians that are telling you that Nigeria is bad, the only difference between them and the person that you are complaining about is because they don't have that opportunity yet. Like, I've been studying these people all my life. Now, I'm not saying that there are honest Nigerians. There are honest ones. There are fanatic. There are some that are so honest to the point that they are fanatic about it. But the percentage of, and that honest percent, I think is less than 5%. I'm exaggerating it. So if I'm going to exaggerate, I put it at 5%. Out of 100%, I'm going to put the honest Nigerians at 5%. Nigeria is, now when you look at this young generation of Nigeria coming through, and you look at the percentage of fraudsters, I don't really see a beautiful future like that. So when I say that, for me, I will be very, very excited to give up the nationality of this country for Uganda. It will be the best thing that ever happened to me. Honestly. Look, what I just want some honest, blunt people around me. You don't have that here. I've worked in so many federal institutions. It's so difficult. At some point, I'm being labeled. At some point, I am being, there's a lot of hate coming in. There was someone that thought we were on the same page. He thought we were on the same level. He was this religious fanatic. But there was a day he was about to cheat a patient who was brought by his mother. The boy had cancer. And he was trying to get some type of payment. And I told him, no, we don't do this. He thought he has never seen me in that type of moments before. That was the day he realized that I am what he has been hearing about me from other people. I'm no more. I'm not working with them anymore. And now I feel like they cannot do what they want to do. But that day he knew that, okay, this is different. And I told him, no, we're not doing this. He has to leave. He has paid for this service. Give him that service and let him go. Don't take any extra money. And the next thing he said was that, our salary is not enough. This is how we consolidate. This is how we make extra money so that we can, transport and all of that. It's not your salary that matters at this point. This person is dying. This is a Nigerian. That's why you are here. Nigerians are suffering to the point that there was a day a woman was crying in the ward and I had to hug the woman, right? I removed my lab coat. I had to hug the woman. And to people that were there, they were shocked. Why? Because when you have people in positions in Nigeria, they look at Nigerians, the proper Nigerian citizens, they look at them like as if they are not human beings. See, this country is unbelievable. I have seen a man that died last year. He was going home from work. It was raining a bit. He came out of his car. And let me now give you some levels of how damaged the morality in this country is. He came out of his vehicle to fix his tire, right? There was an incoming vehicle that slammed at him, and immediately there was bilateral amputation of both legs, right? So he was there on the floor. He was bleeding heavily. People were driving. They were just looking at the side and they were driving. It was one of our staffs that was going to Ikorodu. This is Lagos. That actually found him on the floor, picked him up. One of his leg was still dangling just by some bit of flesh that was holding it together. Put him inside his vehicle. The whole seat was covered in blood because, major arteries have been damaged. This is blood pouring from both the venous and the arterial network. Put him inside the vehicle. So one leg was left outside. Now, let me tell you something. Through all this, the Nigerians that were there, they were with their cameras. They were getting the update so that they can post it on the internet that this is what is going on. I'm telling you that this is not about Tinubu. This is about a group of people that are by nature dangerous. They carried everything. So after they copied everything, okay, the man said, please, I witnessed the final moment of this man. So he spoke to us before he passed. I was the one that ordered the preparation of his blood. I remembered everything. This was a good man. By everything he said, I don't know, before he passed, he said, please, can somebody help me pick my leg? What? Honestly, they carried the camera. They were picturing him entering the car. When he said, can somebody help me pick my leg? They actually turned the camera at the leg. I'm talking about people in the number of hundreds. They were already at the scene. Go and look at Nigeria. Good news don't make the headline. That's why you see some of them just hating, and they think you are over-exaggerating what is going on in another country like Burkina Faso, like Mali, because they are not used to good news. By nature, it has come to a point that the bad news is so much that what really captures their attention is bad information. So when you look at Nigerian newspaper, you will notice that their headlines are always very terrible news. So over time, they are now used to seeing terrible things. So what really wakes them up is, Boko Haram neutralize Major General. Like something troublesome, something bad going on. So Anthony General stole 70 billion. That's what you will see, that they will start arguing. Boo, 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 boo. Like the root cause of their problem, their addiction to bad news and pain. Thank you. That man passed away. Because he bled a lot, right? He bled so much. And when he got to the hospital, before everything, he was in shock, tried to resuscitate him and everything, he passed. And I was so pained in my, like, I was so pained that this man passed because people were not good. When Anthony Joshua had accidents, like I said here, it was the ordinary people on the streets. The people that you see, life is so, you will understand life, right? You will understand life when you've been in some situations before. You will understand life when you see how certain people of certain class behave. Anthony Joshua, right? When he represents, everybody says he's a Nigerian. But when he had accidents in Nigeria, it was the street, those guys they call street urchins. They were the ones that came out for him. Ha, this is Joshua Niye. Joshua Niye, that was it. The people that normally will want to take pictures with him on a normal day, that want to take selfie with him and all of that, nobody stopped. Everybody was driving past. There was no emergency vehicle to rescue. They put him in a police van. So for anybody to claim from somewhere that this is just Tinubu, it's not Tinubu. It's about a group of people somewhere. And if you divide Nigeria, it will not change. The north will get worse, right? In fact, the situation in the north will become hopeless. It will get better in the south because some of the people in the south have already seen this kidnapping as a business. Because you kidnap one person, you are demanding 200 million, 600 million, and they will pay. So they've seen it as a job. And when you have a group of people that love fast money, today you are driving Benz, tomorrow you are driving Aston Martin. Like I've never seen a people that enjoy fake luxury so much. Fake. Go and look at Dubai right now. Go and look at Iran. You will see how people are getting blown off, cars are getting blown off, buildings are getting turned over. So it's funny how you see a group of people that value material things so much to the point that they don't care. When they invest in human beings, they are trying to use it for publicity. If you see them give you something, wallahi, they are trying to show the public that, yeah, I just did this for him, to make them feel good and like feel somehow big and all of that. You will hardly find people in this country that will do things just because it's coming from goodwill. I want this person to be better in life. It is very, apart from your parents, it's so hard. So it's not about just the government. So if I'm speaking, if you see me come out every day and speak good, look, I'm supporting people that are doing better because I have seen the worst. 200 people died, over 200 people, 170 something was kidnapped. So if you calculate everything that happened in Wurug local government, the casualty was about 400 and something. But you have people that came out on the social media to deny that it was just 72. You have to be heartless for you to tell this type of lies. So I have seen people in their final moments and I've seen the behavior of people. When you go to the hospital as a patient, right, your entire mindset is, see, I have tried to put myself in the shoes of these patients. Like I have looked at it that some of these patients don't even know what's up in the hospital. They come to the hospital thinking, like to them, going to the hospital is like, they will save me. They will save me. Like that is how they go to the hospital. And you trained in school for how many years? You are a professional. You did your gross anatomy. You did everything. And like, you came out. You're ready to perform. Doing what you know how to do best. But these people, like, I can guarantee you, it's the way they treat patients. I believe that the way you should treat your patient is to be loving, to be caring. Even the way you attend to patients sometimes should be therapeutic. But it is in this country that you will see people that will look at you as a patient as if you are half dead and you are about to be finished. Not to even talk about the costs of the health care. Not to talk about the cost of the health care. A lot of people are talking about dividing Nigeria. When there are normal Nigerians in South that tell you, oh, why are you this black? You look like someone from Sokoto. Is the feeling that you are more Western than someone else. But to the real Western, you are just another monkey in a suit. When you look at your accent, it's so poor, right? It's so poor. You can't speak like them no matter how hard you try. But you always, that was what gave birth to bleaching. Because people were not so satisfied in their own skin. They wanted to be West so much that they bleached to the point that when you look at some people, it's like they have disease already. And it doesn't stop at that. You have somebody stealing to the point that you stole 70 billion, you stole 100 billion, you stole 600 billion. You bought about 40 houses. Estate in Abuja, you bought 40 buildings. You were not tired of stealing. See, when you see, it's not about politicians this time around. I'm saying that it's already becoming a nature. It's already becoming a nature. We can talk about the West all we want. Majority of the problem of Nigeria is this same group of people. How did Tinubu get to power? How did Tinubu, like, they knew that Buhari was a bad person before he got to power, right? They knew that Tinubu, like, man, this guy he controls more than 6 southwestern states. They are paid taxes to him from their allocation. Like, they know all these things. But you can see they voted out of tribalism, not for competence. That is not Nigeria. Now, let me tell you something today. I said it yesterday to my friend, and my friend was laughing. I said, I don't like anything in this country. He said, why? I don't know if something is wrong with me, actually, because I've come to that point that I continue to ask that question. The job I got, I understand that I'm a first-class graduate. My first job, somebody employed a machinery to follow us. If my elder brother, Bodawale, if you ever see this video, you can remember this moment. The machinery was about to speak to me. I told the machinery, no, I'm going to write this exam. And I came out better than everybody that the machinery gave expo to, by the special grace of God, except one guy. So when I got this job I got, somebody called me and said, hello, come and pick up your appointment letter. Now I'm working, it's at the field that I discovered that there are some people, that there are some things you will tell them they cannot write it. On the field, I realized these are people that are supposed to save the life of how many people? That's why you have people currently, they are the ones saving the life of Nigerians, but you might not see them at work more than twice in a week, and they are getting paid. They are ghost workers. Like, there's a lot. See, this country is in fact, it's not a place, right? Somebody just called, hello, come and pick up your appointment letter. Nothing. I sat down, I was like, what the hell? People were now telling me it's the grace of God. We cannot continue to have a functional country like this. It cannot continue like that. That is why you have people being very religious to the point that they now become fanatic. And it's going to affect the next generation. Why am I saying this? Look, I can tell you that Nigerians are so intelligent to the point that you are supposed to be getting the best of everything, right? But there is this place of politics, there is this place of religion, to the point that you wearing the tag of a church, right? Of a particular Pentecostal church. Oh, you are living faith, you are redeemed, can get you a job. Now they will make you look at it as if it's grace. And this is how I've seen somebody said, I wrote the interview, I did not write anything, but I was picked. Can you imagine? How do you prove the competence of these people? That is why Nigeria has not been able to produce anything. So I told my friend, I said, the way I got that job, I did not like it. Even though it's a federal government job, I told him, I don't like it at all. He was like, but it's luck now. I said, that is why this country will fail. Because people over time, we now, and that's what exists in Nigeria now. Whatever happens, just get money. So for me, I have given up on the fight as long as Nigeria is concerned. A country of 300 million people, who are you? Where more than 1,000 people are getting gutted every day in different places. If you accumulate everything, it's over 1,000 that get killed in this country every day. From terrorism, from kidnappers, from bandits, from people that do one chance, from people that kidnap. Last week, there was a man that gave a little boy who went to pick his sister from school, a sister of 2 years old, gave him money just right in front of us at the mall here, gave the boy money to go and help him buy bread from the mall. The boy entered. Before immediately the boy was entering, the man turned. He took the child to almost the border of another state. Now, the news went viral. For more than, they were looking for the baby for up to 3 days. They didn't find the baby. Where he was about to sell the baby was where they got him. Because the news already went viral. So, and if you look at the physical appearance of the man, he doesn't look hungry. He looks well off. Now, the question is, how long has he been doing it? Now, when you have young boys that are doing internet fraud, oh, they tell you, oh, life is hard, life is hard. After you robbed that person somewhere, and sometimes it's another black person that they rob. Another black person that has enough pity on them to kind of look at them like, these are my people, let me communicate to this person. Now, when they dupe those people, and it's a question of, is he enough? Like, you ask them, you hear somebody say, I cashed out 45 million naira. Okay, is that not enough? You said you came from poverty, that's why you did this. No, it's never enough. They are going for the next. So, it's people that are feeling like they are something out of nothing. When you look at the entirety of this country, there is no, like, the roadmap is not normal. There was a fight between VDM and another lady called King Michi recently in Nigeria. Nigerians are dying in the hospital, they cannot even afford health care. But the son of a president is handing out over 100 million to a young girl to go and do maybe some kabuki theater and show people that the APC regime is this and that. So, to some people now, they feel like it's connection, is you knowing these are taxpayers' money. So, to some people, you have to have connection. It's not connection, it's satanic, it's fraud. Now, when they are talking about this election that they're about to have, they will say Peter Obi does not have party structure. Do you know the meaning of party structure? People that will distribute money. If you listen to what most Nigerians are saying now, they said Peter Obi needs to spend. He needs to spend. Is Peter Obi going to be the one to benefit all the people? Is it not supposed to be you against this regime? Have Nigerians not died enough? So when you look at the whole thing, it's tiring. It's tiring. It's tiring. So it's not just about the person in government. It's about it's about the people. And I can promise you, they deserve this president. They deserve this president. I'm telling you, to be honest, they deserve this president. No, there is so much division in this Nigeria. There is so much pain. I know a lot of people are in pain. I know during the Biafra war, there is a certain people that were no. See, some people are still suffering from the pain of humanitarian crisis and all of that. See, to save Nigeria, Nigeria will rather get you out of the way than for you to come and try to make it a better place. Because to make this country a better place means that you have to come from the perspective. See, you are not only fighting terrorists, you are fighting politicians, you are breaking down the salary of politicians, because when you look at the amounts, Nigeria is the most lucrative place in the world to be a politician. Yes, go and ask. Go and find it on the internet, you will see it. See, there are people that have ruled this country. Their grandparents sold their people. Go and look for that history. Go and search. The grandparents sold their people to slave traders through Badagry here. People don't read history. They are ruling, but their grandparents sold. So what do you want to get from that particular type of for that particular type of DNA? What good are you expecting? So the level of greed is through the roof. See, there's a level people get to, you be like, okay, there's still a solution. Like I said, and I'm not missing words together. If they pay a certain group of people in this country to get their president out of the way, it's not just it's not about Tinubu. It's about the people. Like I said, look, it's about the people. Nobody. This is the same Nigerians you are dealing with. Don't worry, it's the same people. If they push already, it won't be better. It's a system that have been for quite some time. When you look at some church, some people come out to give testimony, and the testimony will be, I got a miracle, I got this miracle this, I got this miracle that, somebody called me, he just gave me this, he gave me that. So you are now living in a space where, do you know that when you get to China, people don't take money from you for free. They ask you that what have they done to deserve what you are giving them. They give value, you give value. But that's why when I Show Speed came to Nigeria, people were begging him for money. It's not because of poverty. It's because it's now an identity. Mikel Obi once said, in Europe they ask you for autograph, in Nigeria they ask you for money. That is why their fate, their future, their governance, everything is decided by who has what. And when they want to prove to you that they are something, they say, I built houses, I have this, I have that. Material things. They should go and ask from the people in the Middle East now. At least those ones they have money. The Borja, Arab, everything. What is going on there right now? And when I sit down and ask, like, all this, people are driving cars. One single rocket with so much shockwave, all those vehicles will bend. A single rocket, just possibly somebody makes a political miscalculation. Everything you think is wealth is gone. The shockwaves, many buildings will fall. So when we talk, we're not just talking from a place of, we're talking from a place of understanding of what is going on. So, and it is how quick. Somebody said something on this platform one day. I got angry. I blocked the person, but I shouldn't have blocked the person. I'm telling you, the person said, how can we trust a Nigerian? He was talking about me. He said, you are a Nigerian. How can we trust you? He said, you people are fraudulent people. To be honest, I felt very bad because I hate when somebody questions my integrity. But the problem is, what that brother is saying on paper is true. I blocked him because I was angry, like, how dare you question my integrity? But when you are coming from a place of looking at what is going on in the country, you will probably have the same feeling about most people from here. That was one person I blocked that I felt the pain, like, man, I shouldn't have cut this dude out. Because he was coming from a place of like, this is what we have seen. When my former partner traveled to Libya, the people that are in charge of trafficking in Libya, they are the same Nigerians that traffic Nigerians to Libya. Will you just wake up one day and just say you are going to Libya without knowing somebody told you that I can get you this, I can do this, I can do that, and they take them there and they drop them there? There are many Nigerians are in Libya that what they told them, how they got there, what they are experiencing now, they can't explain. I'll try to go search and unblock. So, is the problem. It's scary to have, see, Nigeria, the next leader is going to be worse. It is impossible to be a good leader in this country at this point. Being a good leader and trying to build for the future is stopping everything that is affecting the image of the country, trying to establish policies that is going to make the country work. And when you talk about combating terrorism in the country, you need to delete the terrorists like crazy to the point that it will almost get to the level of a genocide. The question is, people are going to come at you that you are trying to genocide a certain group of people. They will tell you, you've heard it in the public, where some people said, it's our brothers. But they are killing Nigerians, right? So, at the end of the day, when you sit down and you look at it categorically, these are people who feel like they are good enough, they are strong enough, they are capable enough to stand and defend their own interests. So you have to leave them alone and let them do it. Nigerians are smart people. No matter the level of KIA that the terrorists continue to record, I've come to a point where I don't know how to respond to it again. Because these are people, until their very last moment, when reality meets them one-on-one, they believe that they still have the technical know-how. So that is why the situation is helpless. Not because they called for America, not because they called for this, but because these same people are their own problem. It's not, see, Tinubu is not even up to half of the problem in Nigeria. It is the people that are their own personal problem. They can tell you that we did not vote for Tinubu in the last election. What is the percentage? People fought for money to vote for Tinubu in the last election. They fought for money. I have already voted for him. Where's my money? Where's my this? And they are so-called influencers that have no quality. Like, when you talk about what are these people dishing out when it comes to wisdom, when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to understanding of geopolitics, is nothing. You just see somebody that will just come and be like, Tinubu, and they don't understand the difference between somebody influencing you in a soft way, just telling you, Tinubu is still the best. This is somebody that people are following with full level of dumb education, right? It will just come and be like, Tinubu will probably emerge. They don't know it's already sending a message to their mental. It's how fast people will change in this country when they get paid. I'm talking about when they get paid. People don't think about dream in this country. The dream is have money. Everything in this country is have money. It doesn't matter how you get it. Just go get it. So it begs the question, can terrorism finish in a country where people only believe in go get money? I don't know if a lot of people understand. Can terrorism end in a country where the only thing that people believe is no matter how you get it, brother, just go get it? I know that this thing exists in many communities in the world, but what is not good is not good. And until the people decide by themselves, help will not come from anywhere. Based on my own study and prediction, the terrorism situation is already extravasating to the south. Kwara is gradually becoming Kwara State in Nigeria. You're already crossing over to the south, right? Kwara State in Nigeria is about to be the new theater of operation, and it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Like I said, I've said this over time. Now, if you study the type of rifles that are being captured in Kwara, they are new. They are new AK-47. These are new PKM. Look at how clean those PKM rifles are. Now, the people that are getting to Kwara, it's not the same terrorists coming from the neighboring states that are bringing, no. Possibly there are top terrorists. There are leaders among those terrorists that have been pushed to Kwara, that have been deployed to Kwara. But recruiting the terrorists are from within Kwara. Yes. When you look at the level of fanaticism in Kwara, it's a very, very good place for recruitment. You look at a place before you talk about what is going to happen. You look at the demography, you look at the belief of the people, you look at how extreme the people are. So the level of extremism is equal to, is directly proportional to the outcome of the tools of manipulation. When somebody is very extreme, you can easily manipulate the person from the perspective of, like, you have to do two things to influence and entice the person, and you come from the manipulation, from the perspective of his extremism, and you get what you want. So, like I said, Kwara, for a very, in fact, in the next 2-3 years, I think a lot of people will continue to run away from Kwara. Now, when you walk past in the street of Lagos, you are seeing so many people, you are seeing different people. If you go to Abuja, you are seeing different people. If you go through different places, right? Can't they pay their people properly and then the fraud will decrease? Okay, thank you very much. The problem now is that even when you pay people, how about you paying 500,000 to somebody that is already used to stealing 500 million? How do you pay 500,000, which is something reasonable, to somebody who is already used to stealing 500 million, or probably is already used to stealing about 10 million naira per month? There is a gulf. So fundamentally, there is a level of decay that is so evident right now. The only way Nigeria can be resuscitated, right? America will let it continue. Monitor the bank account and ban them. No, America will let this continue because this is foreign influence. See, a lot of people don't understand. This is geopolitics right here playing out. They will let the fraud continue. Now, the only time you see American intervening through Interpol and FBI is if what has been stolen is so huge and they want to go get them, they get them. Now, the funny thing is, people don't understand that when America wants to catch them, they catch them so easily. America catch them so easily. Wherever they are, they know the location, they monitor, and they capture the criminal, right? Now, the thing is, there is a reason why America allows it to continue at a certain level. Before you know it, it creates a certain level of dependence from the younger, the younger population. So there is this level of external dependence on America that has been created. And what does that do? In a way, it destroys the morale. It destroys the morale, okay, of the young population coming through. So let's say in the future, to compromise this group of youths that are going to grow old very soon will be very, very easy, because from the foundation, most of them were fraudulent. So it's a decay from top to bottom, from bottom to top. And these are people that are very religious, that go to church and all of that. But in reality, it's not the same. I've seen a pastor bribing. Nigeria is not a place. It's not a place. You say create your own bank account that has no ties to the US. The citizens will kill you. If Tinubu makes any anti-West policy today, in fact, they will beg the US to strike the Asho Rock. The citizens will continue to beg. Do you know that the citizens were... A lot of people don't still understand. Do you know that the citizens were going to the Truth Social account of Donald Trump, and they were messaging him? If he makes any post, the comment section is going to be filled with Nigerians asking, when are you sending your boots? When are you sending boots on the ground? Now they have the boots on the ground. What happened? What has changed? So if you ever come from any perspective of revolution in this country, or like try to make the life of the people better, then try to eradicate the decay, wallahi, you won't get past 6 months. Go and look at all the good leaders they have, the Yaraduas, and they don't last. It's not possible, because you are not only going against the Western interest, you are going against the interest of the people. So that's it. If you stop corruption alone, these people will lynch you. If you stop corruption alone, they will go after you with everything. So it's not something. So that's why I said at this point, I'm very, very happy to say that when I leave this country in less than 2-3 months from now, I will be happy to leave. Like I have done my best. I have served the country. I have had to do things that I never believed I would have done in my life. I've had to suck people, like a dying person. I've had to suck whatever was in the person's nose with my mouth, because there was nothing available. I've had to walk without glove. I thank God that if I check myself now, I'm still good. You know, it's just surprising. I've had to do some things because things were not available and somebody was about to die. A baby was about to die. Like I've walked to the point where you hear people telling you there is no glove. Work with what you have. You have to put your hand in nylon. You have to work with it. In federal hospitals, go and find out. People, oh man, the glove, right, is a PPE that you are supposed to use in a devastating fashion, right? But in Nigeria, you use it with economic mindset. See, it's a dangerous environment. So I know what I'm saying. So like I said, leaving Nigeria, I don't think anyone should blame anybody that is leaving the country, because I think the problem is the number of bad ones is far more than the number of good ones, and a lot of good ones are leaving. So the level of morality has decreased so bad to the point that anything good is not coming anytime soon. It's so this person is laughing. It's so bad to the point that, yeah, it's so bad. Look, the only reason why a revolution happened in Burkina Faso was because the people, right? The people of Burkina Faso said it was time. You can't save somebody who doesn't want to be saved. That's it. The people of Burkina Faso decided that it was time. Yeah, it's time. It's time to go. Right? And they supported their president. Same with Niger and all of that. You can never have that in Nigeria. If the person is from this tribe will complain. If the person is from that tribe, the remaining tribes will complain. If the person is a Muslim, the Christian will say they are marginalized. If the person is a Christian, the Muslim will say it's a problem. So, and for a long time, the biggest problem has been revolving around these two things I just talked about. So the question is, how do you solve that problem? You cannot. Thank you so much. It's one of our day ones. Um, the problem is you cannot resolve these two things. It has been there even before my era. And I think it will still be there long after my era. A lot of young guys, they used to blame their fathers when they are young, right? That my father is the cause of this problem, my father is the cause of the problem. And they hate their fathers for no reason. But one thing I would say is simple. When you grow up as a man, you start having kids, you will understand that it was not your father's fault. You will understand that it's not your father's problem. It's now your own problem. You have to deal with it because you are now a man. So for me, I feel like at the end of the day, it will be down to the Nigerians. That's why I said the only solution for Nigerians right now is the terrorists. Yeah. The foreign interests and the national interests, the only way this regime will go is when they have somebody that is worse than Tinubu. So the only way now there will be any good development in Nigeria is when the terrorists when the terrorists go on a certain level of spree to the point where these people are now looking at it that, man, death has no meaning anymore. If you do this, you are gonna die. If you don't do it, the terrorists are gonna take you out. So what time it is right now? I think when people get to that point where where they now discover that the reality is so bad, I think that is when they will be free. But for now, no, they don't want to be free. They don't desire to be free. They love whatever, you know, whatever money they are getting. They just want to continue like this, you know. Yeah, I will definitely continue from my new home. I'm already gearing up. I'm planning. I'm like, I will miss this place because this place has been my studio for so many years, even before YouTube. um I've always wanted to do this. So um yeah, it will be very, very sad to leave Nigeria actually, but you have to, because nothing is changing. Honestly, nothing is changing. uh and a lot of people will say Nigeria is developed, Nigeria is this, is that. A lot of people don't understand that there are some things that comes from inside outside. It comes from your morality, it comes from your identity, it comes from your integrity, then it comes to the outside. Development comes easy, right? But like I said Nigeria has stalled. I've said it before. I said it has stalled. And it doesn't matter what the economic projection of Nigeria is. I don't think things are going to get better. Why am I saying it? Because the level of corruption, it has tanked. Like, the level of corruption in this country is unprecedented. And when people talk about United Africa, Nigeria will never want anything like United Africa, or anything that will see anything that will stop the flow of fraudulent money that they are getting. They will rather have everybody going to hell than to lose that illicit fund that they are getting from corruption. It's so unfortunate, but this is true. Wherever I go to, not only will I try to nationalize everything that I have there, not only would I try to be a citizen by naturalization, all my kids will have the direct identity of that African country, from names to everything. I really, really don't want to be I really, really don't want to be identified with this country again. It's so unfortunate, but it's true. And it's not about the government. No. It's about looking at the behavior of the people. These are not people that... I'm telling you, this next election, you are going to see that Tinubu is going to emerge. Not because of election fraud, but because the people are fraudulent and they will get paid. See, it's not about the Nigerian, it's not about the numbers of Nigerians that will tell you, I am not fraudulent, I will not vote for bad governance and all of that. It's about the overwhelming majority. It's about the overwhelming majority that prefer to get money to put their votes. And what Nigerians don't understand is that the number of illiterate is greater than the number of educated. A lot of people don't understand. And it is the illiterate that are most fanatical, they are the most tribalistic, they are the ones that will vote. So when you look at some of the influencers that are creating this problem in Nigeria, the Asari Dokubos, the people that, you know, what is their record? Let's even go into the academic record. These are the nobodies in this country. But because they have money, like you have people that you have a very, very bad quality of people doing the decision making for the country. The last time Nigeria had good people was during the time of the likes of Okonjo Iweala and all of that. So imagine what I'm saying now, right now. Imagine how much I detest everything here. That, have you heard this Kemi Badenoch, right? This Kemi Badenoch in UK, right? A lot of people will not understand where she's operating from mentally when she says that she doesn't want to have anything to do with identification with Nigeria. A lot of people don't understand. It's not about Tinubu. She has equally seen, man, these people. And the next thing they will say, oh, she's a bastard Nigerian. She has forgotten his... What origin are you talking about? The level of the reputation that some people can give you in this country on the international stage is so bad. You see Nigerians getting tied in Indonesia, getting executed for drug trafficking and so many things. But no, some people believe it just didn't work for him. I'm still going to try. So it's unprecedented, the level of... So, I mean, for any... If you see any Nigerian leaving Nigeria, please don't blame them. The number of good ones are so limited. The number of the real ones, they are so limited to the point that it's like the situation is impossible. Thank you very much. Tinubu will emerge as the next president. He will emerge as the next president. So that means every Nigeria should be ready to remove... They should be ready to remove another 4 years from their years that would be wasted. I am a Yoruba, and I'm saying this categorically. Get prepared to... So don't think maybe I'm an Igbo. My name is Kolawole Olorutoba. So I'm completely Yoruba. I don't have any foreign name. Tinubu is a Yoruba. So I am not saying this out of sentiment. He is not a good president. Based on statistics, he has tried his best. I'm not going to say he has not tried his best. He has tried his best. But you cannot tell the Nigerians that he's not the best president for them. I said I was shocked. When I started hearing people that are saying that Tinubu is still the best candidate for now. It's in the same Nigeria. So when people from the outside are talking, you are talking based on what you are seeing. You are talking based on the expected results. Like, Nigeria should be a better place. They have population, they can do this, they can do that. They have intelligent people, but when you look at the actual reality, it's not what you think it is. So, you said Tinubu is fraud. Is it about Tinubu? From if you've listened to everything I have said, it's not about Tinubu. Tinubu is the representation of Nigeria. Tinubu is a representation of 300 million people. It's not about Tinubu. It's about the 300 million, unfortunately. Do you understand? So it's not about Tinubu. In fact, I don't even consider Tinubu to be fraudulent compared to some people. I'm going to try to bring Emir Saddam on the show, probably tomorrow, so that you people can see that there are levels to this. Man, look at David Udeyi. David Udeyi will tell you everything. At least we've brought him here before. But honest, where is David Udeyi? Is he in Nigeria? It's not in Nigeria. Because when he was trying to expose the level of decay, right? What happened? They tried to kill him. They tried to execute him and he ran away from Nigeria. So Nigeria is not a place where the truth can be spoken. It's not. I think the most anti-Western bloc in Nigeria is the North. They are the most anti-West part of Nigeria. But the leaders in the North have destroyed the education in the North. They've Islamized the North to the extent of the North is so fanatical right now. And the easiest place to be honest with you, the best place that you can govern, if you can somehow, some way try to rally the people and take out the fanatic leaders that control them and plunge them into that level of disaster, is the northern Nigeria. Yeah. But you have to wage a 2 years non-stop war at some of the criminals occupying big positions there. The people can work. I think the South too is somehow good, but the level of fraud in the South is too much. So Nigeria has different problems. It's different. You say terrorism in the North, you say fraud in the South. And there is still some level of kidnapping and everything going on in the South. So it's chaos. It's chaos. It's chaos. But in the midst of everything, everyone is just managing and all of that. So that is what it is. Nigeria is the only place somebody will market a poisonous drug to you, an expired drug. They will still tell you if you use it doesn't have like, come on. So when people talk about Nigeria and I see them like, come on now, I know this place more than you can talk about. I've worked at state level. I've served the country at state level. I've served the country at national level. I've served the country at local government level. I've served the country as a private, as a private entity. When I served at a private entity, I went bankrupt. How? When patients are, when you have emergency situation, I don't even ask for money. I treat them first. Then people come back, they don't pay. It's bad. It's bad to be in Nigeria. It's bad to be in this country. It's really, really worrying. It's worrying. So salute families. I'm sorry for stretching you people too much today. When it comes to the matters of Nigeria, everything just go out of course. It goes out of control. I'm so sorry. Um, so I really want to thank you all for coming. And to the brother that donated, I really want to say thank you. And for everyone that stayed this long, I really want to say thank you. You can see that my voice is even gone. Um, yeah. Where will I go? I've made my decision. I am going down south. I'm going to Namibia. You know, um, is the according to what they called it, they said is the scantiest country in Africa. I know everywhere is not perfect, but Namibia is a good place. I will be there. I'm not the kind of human being that fears anything. You know, I don't fear anything. I will be in Namibia. So, and you know, I will be proud that one of the best gifts I give my children in life is to make them Namibian or like I would tell, like, come on now. I won't even want them to have anything to do with Nigeria ever, ever, ever. My partner is equally happy that we are living. No, I'm not looking forward to getting a job. Um, I'm not looking forward to getting a job in Namibia. I am looking forward to going into agriculture. I'm looking forward to even creating jobs for people in Namibia. I'm not going to get to look for a job in Nigeria. My partner is equally a professional like I am, so we can put heads together and create some private, getting licensing, bring in modern equipment. Like the aim for me is to add value to Namibia. Wherever I'm going right now, I'm going there to add value. I'm in my value season. I am not, you see, at my age, I am in my productive age. I'm not in the consumption. Like I am not. See, this is how Nigeria lose quality people. You know, there are a lot of people that are better than me, that are like me, that are running out of the country because it's not a good. To be honest with you, it's not a reasonable place at all. So at my stage, I should be adding quality. Where I am, I take care of a lot of people. I add value to people's life. Like I am proud to say that this is what I do at my stage and age. So it would have been better if Nigeria was an accommodating place. You see government blowing up a lot of people's building in Nigeria, saying that construction, road construction goes through the place and all of that. Nigeria is sentimental. Like there's a lot in this country. So it's better that everybody goes to different places. I'm trying to invest massively in agriculture, mechanized agriculture in Namibia. I'm trying to create a sort of very quality medical diagnostic center. I'm trying to do a lot of things, I'm trying to do a lot of things. So it's going to be production, it's going to be manufacturing, I'm trying to create an economic hub, then create jobs for people wherever I am, right? I'm not going to go to the most affluent um place in Namibia. No, I'm not interested. I want a place where I can get access to good lands, and Namibia has a lot of land where I can be able to put people, like at least in a year, I should be able to have over 20 people working and getting paid before the end of the month. So that is my aim. My aim is not to live a certain type of lifestyle that some people worship. No. So do you think the West intentionally created this situation in Nigeria because it was on its way to be a highly developed country? Yes, absolutely. 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 Almost all the foreign deep states are involved in Nigeria decision making and Nigerian, policies and everything. So this situation was created to drain the country of everything of value, from the fake scholarship that they give people, to people buying. Like Nigeria is one of the places in Africa where I mean, you know, no, like stay connected to my people. Probably talk to my parents and you know, probably that's all. I don't want to have, like I said, I don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria again. And I'm like that by nature. Once I turn away from something, I'm completely off. Like there is nothing that will ever attach me to that environment again. Like I'm somebody that came from the bottom, like the very bottom, and came to the top, right? I came from the very, very, like my parents intentionally threw me to the street. They were rich, but the intention that they said they wanted me to experience life, which was very, very hard. Very, very, very hard. But it made me the type of man I am today. I don't know how to beg. I don't, it's not part of me. I don't beg people. I don't beg. Like I don't beg. It's the I rather die situation. I'm not the kind of person to kneel. I'm not made like that. My brothers will say, did he kneel? If they tell them that he kneel, they will be like, it's not him. So I rather die on my feet than like no matter the situation, you know. I'm the type of person that even till this day, right? I still think, what if everything go wrong? I don't want to enjoy too much. I don't want to be at a place where no, it's embarrassing to beg, but you have a lot of people that beg here. They say, in fact, there are some people that call themselves influencer, their job is to beg. So don't worry about that. So the reason why I don't beg people is, and the reason why I don't pity people that beg is because, especially the people that have hands and legs, there are days where in my life in the past where I had to stay for days hungry, and the only thing that was sustaining me was water, right? And I could not steal. No, it was that bad. You go to people's door, people that could do many a job, you knock their door and you ask them, is there work today? People that do bricklaying, construction job, you ask them, do you have work today? They be like, oh, come tomorrow. You come tomorrow, they say, come tomorrow. So and at that point, I was so like physically, I was drained, and I did not still say, please. I am no, 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 no. So my partner tells me that she can't believe that we are 2 years there's a 2 years difference between the both of us, right? And I am way ahead when it comes to thinking and when it comes to handling life like a man, right? I think all those things built me up to know that, yeah, you are the only one that is going to be responsible. Like, nobody's going to get you out of this situation. Like, I know that if anything goes wrong right now, I am for myself. So it built me up to be very, very strong. I'm not one of those kids that got it out of, no. I wasn't given the luxury and all of that. So and I believe in getting it the honorable way. I'm not the type of person that share leads foolishness. When somebody say, um, man, if this country, right, it was set up for failure. As good as the potential of the country is, it was set up to fail. That is just the truth. When you look at the preaching of some of the religious leaders, when you look at some of the preaching of some of the pastors, being an healthcare provider, being able to discover that there are some pastors that will even come to your facility at night asking you if you abort pregnancies, right? I know to some people it's not bad, but when I'm talking about this pregnancy, it's the pastor himself that had to commit this with the church members, right? And because he doesn't want the secret to blow up, he's coming to you like 12 a.m. in the middle of the night. So I've seen these things before. I've seen too many things to the point that The way I think is not the way every other person thinks. And you have people worshiping this day. They worship these people during the day, but we see them at night. We know who they are. So we don't really care like that. Most church in Nigeria, the members are so poor. The living condition of the members is pathologic, is so pathetic. The members are dying, but you have the so-called Daddy Geo is changing luxury vehicles and all of that. You know, no matter how bad the condition is, it will take a lot to decolonize this country. It will take so much. In fact, it will take so much to decolonize this country. I know a lot of people have believe in Nigeria, hopefully, but based on I have that hope by design. I have that hope that Nigeria gets better, but by way of practical, like being practical, I don't see it. I don't just see it. So families, I want to say thank you. I don't want to take your time. I don't really, really want to take your time. For me, I think I want to have another. I want to have another. I already created another YouTube account. I want to dedicate this account to only um okay, talk about my agricultural plan on Telegram. Okay, I have a TikTok account, and I want to create a YouTube account where we can discuss issues like this. Okay, I only want to use this account to talk about breaking information and geopolitics and all of that. But I'm going to create an account on TikTok so that I can listen to other people's opinion mostly, and also on YouTube where we can have conversations like this and not just you know. So thank you for coming, and God bless you. I really appreciate everybody, and I thank you all for your support. Or escape the West, especially when they start to get rich quickly. Man, so